Williams. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 17. 69 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game. And
touchdown, Washington. Brian Thomas from 8 yards out. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Giants offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. That's taken in by Kraft. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. That is caught at the 7. Well, the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Looking to throw. Nix. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Boy, it's such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get...
Touchdown, Washington! It's a kickoff return of 94 yards, and the Commanders have taken a 5-touchdown lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun on third down, it's Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth down.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. 76 yards. And the Commanders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Nix. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. Here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing is Williams. Shakes off this, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. It got his man complete. Now he's into the clear again. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. A big play there. 95 yards. And the Commanders are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 3. Looking to throw. Nix. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw again. His throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Nix to throw again. Forced out to his left. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Nix to the air. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. On 3rd down, here's Bigsby. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now,
he's got it at the 15. And this will get him all the way inside the Giants' 10. A huge play there for Washington. 66 yards. And with a yardage gained on that last reception, he is now in the NFL record books, folks. The all-time record for most receiving yards in a single game belongs to him. To throw, Williams. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. Touchdown! Jahmyr Gibbs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. But, Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Working out of the gun is Nix. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Throwing Nix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. But my goodness, CD, I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Here's Williams. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. This 2nd and 4. To throw is Nix. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now it's Nix. Throw out wide is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Crossing route, he finds Likely. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Wide open receiver complete. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. To throw, here's Nix. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And his throw is incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. To try here for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. 104 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Off the play fake, it's Williams. They'll roll him out right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, here's Williams. Going up top. That It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
To throw, it's Williams. And he comes back with one complete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw is Williams. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Nix. One last shot at the end zone. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Well, fans usually love to see scoring.